So let's go straight into how to get a visitor's visa. So the first thing is you determine your eligibility. And how do you determine your eligibility? You determine your eligibility by your nationality, your purpose of visiting, and then your ties. For example, do you have brothers, sisters, relatives in Canada? That is the first thing. Once you determine your eligibility and you see that you're qualified, and then the second thing you do is you gather your documents, or do you have a family that is going to support you during your stay? And then you have your letter of invitation, the person inviting you, your letter of invitation. You can have affidavit of support. You also need affidavit of support to add to your document. So number two, you gather your documents. You've already, number one, you've already seen that, okay, I can actually go apply for my visa and they'll give it to me. So now you gather your documents. So what are the documents you have to gather? That when you have confirmed that you are eligible, this document includes your valid passport. One thing you should know about your passport is that the more months you have in your passport, the more visa, the more length of visa you get. For example, if your passport is brand new with 5 years, the probability that you get your 5 years visa is high. If your passport is 10 years eligible, the probability that you get a 10 years visa is high. If your passport is 6 months, that's the greatest mistake. To only give you 6 months visa. The more valid your passport, the longer your visa will be. So don't make that mistake to carry your passport only 6 months to go and apply for a visa. No. They'll give you visa just within that 6 months. So that is a mistake you should avoid. So your passport must be valid. Secondly, regarding your required documents, which is one, your passport, your proof of finances, proof of finances or proof of financial means. You have a job? Is it a business? So they want to see how you are going to support yourself in Canada. And another thing, after proving your money, if you think that it's not enough, the person that if you have a family in Canada, a cousin or a friend that is inviting you, you need a letter, your invitation letter, your proof of finances, and then your affidavit of support. Affidavit of support coming from that person that's inviting you. The affidavit of support, that's a letter that shows that even though you have this person I'm inviting has his or her own money, or my brother, my cousin has his own or her own money, I am still liable to support him in case of anything. If his money is not enough, I'll still help him to take care of his feeding, his accommodation, even though he has his own money. That letter is called affidavit of support. So you have your invitation letter, your proof of finances, your affidavit of support to back your finances, to back your expenses. To feel when you after you've gathered all your documents, the next step is to get your application form. So there are two ways to fill your application. Either you fill your application form online, or you print your application form, fill it, and mail it. Is still possible. So if you print your application form online, there will be a place there where you attach your documents, all the documents. But if you are printing the form or filling it, you still have to now put all the documents inside the envelope and mail it to the embassy. If the embassy is in your country, you are mailing it from another city to the other, you mail it there, or you go to the embassy yourself and give it. If you don't have an embassy, you have a consulate. Consulate is a sub embassy where you go there, you go there and submit your documents. You and give your documents there. So after you have filled the application, now in the form, to make sure everything is filled correctly. Because if you make a mistake and submit that document, they'll return your application because of that small mistake that you made, and your money will not be refunded. That money you pay, which is I think $150 now for visitor visa application fee, you will not get it back. So you should make sure that when you check, when you fill your form, make sure everything is correct. The form is well filled. If you have somebody around you that can help you verify your form, go through your form to make sure there are no mistakes, everything is filled correctly. The next step is to pay. Number fourth step, you pay your application fee. So the application fee is not expensive. It's just $150 converted in the money of the currency of your country. It's just $150. It's it's not expensive. So you pay your application fee, you just have to wait. And you pay your application fee, the fifth step is that you will submit your application. So after you filled your form, you fill your form and put your documents together, and then now you submit your application. So this, with your documents and payments ready, it's time to submit your application. So the submission can be online, in person, or by mail. And sometimes they will require you to put a check. I think they don't take cash. You put a check inside your mail for your application fee. Or if you're going in person, you have your cash, you go and pay, or you have your card. So if you are paying online, you pay only with your card. So there are three ways. You pay cash, check, and your card. If you are paying cash, meaning that you're submitting your documents in person. If you are paying, if you will not be there, you're mailing your documents, you need to put a check inside the mail. Wait for a while. Another thing, when you submit your application, you have to give the embassy a means where they can contact you. So the next step is to attend to give your biometric. That biometric, that's your stamp, your fingerprints, your picture. So when you submit your application, you have to wait. So if your application is approved, they will contact you, the embassy will contact you for biometrics, that you come and biometric.